Hey guys, this is Dr. Joe Boria with this week's Health Kick. We're going to talk about a real neat topic today. We're going to talk about digestion and digestive enzymes. Really neat, very interesting. I'm going to share some research with you. I'm sure you're really excited about it. Great topic to talk about because we're coming into what? New Year. So I want to wish everybody out there a happy new year. It is the beginning of something new. It's the end of something old. Just a kind of a personal approach in some of the coaching that I do with other chiropractors and other people, and that is including myself, guys. You know, we tend to carry a lot of baggage, a lot of stuff in from the year before. And what's great about a new year is it's almost like a cleansing. It's a purging where you can let all that stuff go. You got a brand new slate. Listen, don't carry those mistakes in from last year. What I want you to all do is because that self-talk is so important, I want you to grow strength from the mistakes and some of the successes, or all the successes that you had last year, and bring them in and carry that in with energy and vigor into this new year so that you can make yourself, almost reinvent yourself, make yourself a better person. With our health kits, we're talking about being healthier people. So health is, if you look at any culture on planet Earth, any culture and civilizations that existed, from the Egyptians to the Chinese to the Japanese, to any of the cultures that involve like the samurai, people that are very focused in training and trying to be the best people that they can be. The bottom of the pyramid, the most important foundation of any of those cultures, any of those societies, is health. It's your health that's most important, because you can be smart and rich and have wonderful children and a wonderful life, but if you're sick, if you're sickly, you aren't healthy, and if you're not healthy, you can't enjoy this great gift that we've all been given. Life. Life is the great gift that we've all been given. So I want everyone to enjoy their life as best as they can this year, and that's really my New Year's wish for all of you. So that being said, on the personal side, let's talk about today's health topic. Today's health topic is digestive enzymes. What the heck are you talking about now, Dr. Joe? Here's what happens when you put food in your mouth. The act of chewing is so vitally important to the digestive process, because there's actually enzymes. What are enzymes? Enzymes are little chemicals. Think of them as acid, though that's kind of harsh. They're not acidic, but they're little proteins that actually help break down food. So when you chew, you're releasing saliva, which has enzymes in it, and it actually gets mixed, gets mushy in with the food, and that starts the process of digestion. They're almost like nanobots, if you guys have ever seen these movies with these like little mini microorganisms, if you will. They're mechanical and they break things down. That's kind of almost what they are. They're little protein nanobots. Now what happens is you just swallow it, goes in your stomach, and you've got acid in there, and you've got other enzymes in there. And then what happens is it leaves the stomach, goes right into the next part, which is called the duodenum. Kind of cool. And right in the duodenum, there's a couple of tubes that empty into the duodenum. One is from an organ called the gallbladder, and the other one is from another organ called the pancreas. And what they both do is they release an enormous amount of digestive enzymes. Now, depending on the chemical makeup of the food in the duodenum, how amazing is this, right? Depending on if it's high in protein, high in fat, high in carbohydrates, high in other toxins, whatever, the body knows through the brain and nervous system to send down different messages to those organs, say, oh, you know what, release a little bit more of this enzyme over this enzyme. It's not important in today's discussion to really get into what types of enzymes there are and the name of them, but the reality is there's enzymes, these little nanobots, these little proteins in there that help digest your food. Now here's the problem. So many of those enzymes not only are released by the body, but they're also in the form of the foods we eat. So also what happens is the foods we eat often require the body to make more or different types of enzymes. So by what we eat determines how the body's going to respond in the production and the release of these enzymes. And just like diabetes, type 2, adult onset diabetes, is the result of what we constantly put in our body, your body in a sense runs out of insulin. It's not exactly what happens. We talked about it in one of the thought flashes on our health kicks. But what basically happens is you run out, your body becomes resistant to the insulin, becomes insulin resistant basically. That's kind of what happens with the enzymes. What happens is the body becomes mechanically inefficient to make more enzymes. And what happens is it wears out my organs. So it wears out my gallbladder and it wears out my pancreas. The more processed foods we eat, the more disease, the more rapid disease of those organs. I mean, I have more and more of my patients now having their gallbladder out. It's a routine surgery. They do it through a laparoscope. Well, it's not an important organ. Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you straight out without any hesitation. There isn't an organ put in your body that doesn't serve a vital service to you. That doesn't mean that you can't live without some of those organs, right? Some of them. But it doesn't mean that they don't have a purpose. From the appendix, we'll talk about that someday, to the gallbladder, to the pancreas, to all of them. They all have a reason to be in there. There was a whole system that was set in place for all those organs to be there. And based upon some of the foods we eat or how we take care of our body or our nervous system being sick, those organs don't work as well, and as a result they become diseased and they die off soon. So what happens, you get all these people getting the gallbladder out because the foods they're putting in are clogging up the gallbladder. It doesn't empty properly, or it's not able to cleanse itself because when the food goes through the duodenum, it's not releasing proper enzymes, it's not releasing proper chemicals in the duodenum. So the gallbladder gets sluggish, it starts to prevent itself from emptying, and then stuff hangs out in there, it starts to crystallize, dries and crystallizes, starts to form stones, and then, you got to get your gallbladder out. So they go directly from the what? Liver right in the duodenum now. There's no bag to hold those beautiful enzymes in there. There's a reason for it. That bile, there's a reason for it. Same thing with the pancreas. We know that the pancreas won't empty itself, and the pancreas becomes much more prone to pancreatitis. You can get a stone in the pancreas. You can't live without the pancreas. You'll die without it, and it makes an enormous amount of these enzymes to help your body digest, which prevents what? Colon rectal cancer, prevents diverticulitis, diverticulosis. If, say, you're somebody with Crohn's or ulcerative colitis or all kinds of different diseases, it prevents all those diseases by having good digestive enzymes in your gut. Where do you get a lot of good digestive enzymes, and how do you keep the content that you have in your body healthy? By eating what? Foods from the plant. So remember, we talked about that, grade 1 foods. Listen, go back a few hundred years ago, before man came along and processed everything. How was food meant to eat? Off a tree, right? Off a plant. You can't put diesel in an engine that runs on gasoline. It's not going to run right. Doesn't mean it doesn't serve a purpose, but it doesn't run on that engine. Our engine is meant to run on foods, fruits and vegetables and different meats. And if you don't bring that in, if you process it and kill it and cook it and radiate it and genetically alter it and God knows what else, you ruin it. You ruin the food. You put that fuel in and your body can't digest it properly. And these organs get overused and they basically quit on us. Shocker. What do you think? Your teeth were meant to last your whole lifetime, but your gallbladder was only supposed to last till you're 32 or 38, then it's supposed to be taken out? Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So, another quick bit of research, I'm almost out. They showed that women in their third try of pregnancy, if they have cancer, high 80% of them go through a full remission of their cancer at that third try period. I think it's around the 7.5, 8 month period. Why is that? It's very interesting. They now assume that it's from the release of digestive enzymes by the infant. I know it's kind of complicated, but that's what they're showing. So really neat, very interesting stuff. So the bottom line is, by taking digestive enzymes as a supplement, you can supplement your body. So if you're somebody that doesn't eat really well, right? I'm not saying it's an excuse for it, take a pill, but you can buy these digestive enzymes in a capsule. I take one every day. I buy a real simple brand. You can get all different types out there. There's some better quality than others, but the bottom line, get a nice generic, multiple digestive enzyme capsule. Take those every day, and what that'll do is it'll help your body digest, takes the load off the pancreas and the gallbladder, and there's some doctors out there that are treating different types of cancer all over the body with these digestive enzymes. Really interesting stuff. So what's the summary? What's the summary of today? Eat living food, eat as many living foods as you can with every meal. And 2, take a digestive enzyme as a supplement, or certainly if you're not eating well, make sure you take 1 or 2 of those every day to make up for it. This has been Dr. Joe Borio with this week's Health Kick. Guys, remember, I want you to eat well, I want you to exercise, I want you to drink a lot of water, I want you to get a great night's sleep, I want you to do some great talk to yourself. Make sure you're saying positive, good things to yourself every day. And remember, you, your mother, your father, your grandkids, everybody you know in your community, everybody you know in your family needs to be under regular chiropractic care. It keeps the messages from above down, gets the messages from your brain down to your body, allows your body to work as well as it's supposed to. Have a great, healthy week. I'll talk to you guys next week.